We have ended the second season, and obviously the second season went better than the first season. The progression, the training ramped up. The drills became a lot more difficult, as in it was trying to bring more out of us, not the drills got more difficult, as in I got worse and the drills got harder. The level of the drills improved, and it pushed us to do more. And yeah, I just feel like I've had a really, really good second season. I played a couple of games as a forward. Well, I played a few games where I did one period as a forward, and I feel like it sounds crazy, but I feel like I get more opportunities on goal when I play in defence, when I can pick up some momentum from the back and work my way through. Or we've got a little, I don't know if to say this. I mean, most people probably do it anyway, but we'll position ourselves on a face-off so that there's an opportunity for the D-man to score, or at least get a shot on goal. I'll say that. So, yeah, I felt like I was a little bit lost as a forward. I didn't really know where I needed to be when it was attacking. So when we're defending, I know to cover the D-man. I know what I want our wingers to do, so I could just do that. But then when it comes to us attacking, like breaking out, trying to get into space, trying to make curved runs, trying to pick the puck up that way, I struggled with that. So even though I'm moving up to the second team, my first question was, can I still play for threes as a forward, and learn more about that? Just play all the training sessions as a forward and see how that goes. I still haven't learned how to shoot. I still struggle to get the puck off the floor into the corners. So yeah, really good second season. We've just had a scrim against the Raptors, but before that I had 6 assists and 3 goals. 6 assists and 3 goals. I think that's right. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's something like that. So it's a really, really good season. Until the Raptors scrim, I've not given a penalty away in 2 years, and then I got a holding penalty. And Henry, if you see this, I completely disagree with the decision. Obviously, we laugh because when we go watch Leeds play, everyone who goes into the penalty box walks in and they're like, "Did he even do anything?" I'm like, "Well, clearly you did. Like, we were watching the same game and we saw what you did." And then I obviously get a penalty and I go in the penalty box, and the first thing was like, "What was that even for?" And I just felt like a bit of a hypocrite because, yeah, I was obviously questioning why I was there the same way that we laugh at everybody else when they're going. So, yeah. I think the team has really helped me come on. Like, this is the very first. I tell a lie. This is the second training session I ever had, and I didn't want to take the camera to the first training session and be like, "Oh, I'm just going to film us all." And like, I know none of you know who I am because I've never been before, but this is the second training session we ever did, and like, I can't even hockey stop. I try to, and I go round in a circle. So, yeah, this was a big eye opener. And then I've got some of my teammates giving me advice on how to do it better, how to do it properly, and that's been consistent throughout the 2 seasons. Is just people will give you like advice, tips, and it's always welcomed, because if they see something that you're doing that you can improve on, obviously that's always a help. And I've had loads of support, loads of help from the players within the dev team, and then we do some training sessions with the twos, and the twos are the same. Like, they'll say, "Oh, if you do this way, or look out for this when this happens," or whatever. And it's just really helped me progress. So yeah, to say, in going from not being able to hockey stop, and then what I did is I came in on a public skate and just did it until I can. From that, within 2 years of that, to then be moving up to our second team, it's a massive achievement for me, but it's also like something for the coaches to be proud of. And I will say that I do go on a Monday, so the guys over at Bradford as well, big shout out to them. for helping me out and giving me advice on the training sessions that we do on a Monday. So yeah, really happy with how it's going. I've pulled my groin the last 2 times, and now I got some new skates, so I don't know if they're making me skate differently or if it's just, I don't know what it is, but for the last 2 weeks I've had a groin not injury, but then in the game against the Raptors in the second period it went, and I couldn't. So if I'm sat like normally on a chair, I couldn't lift my leg off the floor. I had to put my hands under my leg and lift it up. So it was bad. Obviously I had to play the rest of the game. It wasn't too bad when I was stood up and I was skating, but as soon as I sat trying to lift my leg, it was really sore. So yeah, I've struggled with that the last couple of weeks. So I don't know. I'm hoping that's not a regular thing. I'm hoping that's just I need to stretch more before I play or something. Yeah, I don't know. So going into season 3, starting with the 2s, we do train with the 2s. So I already know a lot of them. Again, they've all been dead supportive. The big thing is the speed. It's a lot faster. And the stick handling's, I was going to say better. Not that it's better, more people stick handle well. So as a D-man, you're looking for an opportunity to put the puck out, and on the 3s, a lot of them will skate and they'll just skate around. There's not much moving of the puck with the stick, so there's not they'll show you the puck and then pull it away, so when you go for it and then pull it round your stick. There's not much of that on the 3s, but there is quite a lot of it on the 2s, so it's going to be a big adjustment, a big learning curve, and learning a new way to defend, I guess. So yeah, I'm excited for it. It's going to be tough, going from quite a confident player on the team that I'm on up to potentially the worst player on the team, until I can pick up the speed, pick up the tempo. Yeah, so that's obviously a worry. Yeah, and it's just about how quickly I get up to speed with that. I've got better at, if I make a mistake, not allowing that to then affect the next thing I do. Get it out your head, we'll go again. I've got a lot better at that, because I really beat myself up, especially if someone scores while I'm on the ice as a D-man. I hate it. And if you see any of the videos where that happens, you can see I just go off and I have a little word with myself. I'm angry with myself, and then when the whistle goes, we try and just reset and go back to how we were. So yeah, I'm getting better at that, and it's going to happen a lot more when we start playing on 2s and everyone, like I say, is a lot quicker and stuff. So yeah, I'm excited for it. Big challenge. I'm going to set myself some more hockey goals, because the 2 goals I set at the start I've achieved. One of the goals is going to be, so my first hockey goal was to move up to 2s, or to be considered to move up for 2s within 18 months of starting playing, which is, it's not unachievable because I did it, but it's an unrealistic goal to start with. But that made me work my ass off to make sure that I was in a position. So then at the end of my first season, when I got a trial for 2s, that one ticked off. And then obviously end of this season I've been moved up, so that one's done. Playing in the Greg Marshall game at some point in life was the next one, and that's happening this year. So within 2 years I've done them. So my obvious one is to move up to 1s, but I don't know what time scale to put on it, because from where I am now playing dev to moving to 1s it's a big jump. Moving up to 2s is a big step, but moving up to 1s is a big jump. So I need to figure out what time scale it's going to take to get up to speed with 2s, but then not just get up to speed with 2s, but to progress enough to then be considered for 1s. So when I say that, I mean if they do trials for the first team from the twos, that's where I want to be. So what time scale am I giving myself for that? And in my head, I'm like, well, 2 years, because it's took 2 years to get to where I am. So then in another 2 years, I should be ready for ones. And I can't, like, my head is telling me that's ridiculous. So I'm thinking 3 years. I'm thinking 3. So by my 5th season, ready to move up to ones. But even that's a lot. Like, there's some players on the team I'm on now that have been playing for 3 years, and they've not moved up to twos. So it's not, and that's not saying anything against them. I'm just saying it is quite a difficult sport to pick up. You know, every other sport, like tennis, yeah, you're using a racket, but you stood on your feet, so you've got that advantage. Football, you're on your feet. Like, with this, you're having to use an extension of your arm whilst on ice skates. So there's 2 multipliers to make it difficult. So it's not an easy sport to get into. And I think the inline skating I did when I was young has massively helped me once I'd learned how to hockey stop. Like, the skating mechanics are similar, but the stopping is very different, which is why I struggled. So I do think that's given me an advantage. But yeah, so I don't know what timescale to put on the moving up to threes. And then I need another hockey goal, and I don't know what that's going to be yet. I want to. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Because yeah, I would like to get a second one on the go. The second hockey goal was Greg Marshall, and that is happening this year. I got a video call from Lewis, and he was saying we need to do the podcast. Like, I've done social media stuff for him for the last events, like the last 3, I think it is. So just chatting to him, I was like, yeah, cool, we'll get it sorted. Let me know dates, and I've got a venue. We can, like, everything's cool. Just need to know when. And he went, we've just spoke about this on the podcast. So if you've watched the podcast and you already know this, then I apologise. But he said, what number do you want this year? And I was just like, what do you mean? I don't know what you mean. And he was like, for your shirt, what number do you want on your shirt? And I was trying to be like, my number's 12, but I play in 26, so I don't know. Like, obviously, Kieran and Andy are both 12, and I think there's another player that plays in 12, so I could just take 26, and that's what I wanted to do. What I actually did was, when you eat a sour sweet and it gets you in your cheeks here, it was like that. Like, he was like, for your shirt, what number do you want? And I went, and I was trying my best to not grin like an idiot. And then I was like, oh, like, playing, like, and he's like, yeah. And then I smiled, and I really sort of diluted the smile. But yeah, it's a massive achievement. Like, I'm dead happy that I've been asked. Like, it is. And it's that thing of, like, when you're like, you get a new job and you tell them that you can do all these amazing things, and then they're like, all right, cool, come in. And you're like, oh shit, that worked. And now I have to do the things. So at first I was just like, this is amazing. Like, I've achieved all my things, and like, I'm dead happy. And I was like, oh, so now I have to play the game. Like, we've probably had about 30 people watch us max at Cleveland Comets. That's probably the biggest crowd that we've had. And now there's like, I don't know, 20 times that. So we're looking at about 700-800 people. They're hoping to get 1,000. I think the last post I saw said 700. So even just that, but then going up against people who have been playing since they were walking, like 3-year-old, and they're half my age. So we've got people who are half my age. So even if they'd been playing the same amount of time as me, but they're half my age, I'm at a massive disadvantage. But then adding the fact that they've been playing like 20 years is, it was a bit of a reality moment of like, oh shit, this is going to be horrible. And then people were saying, oh, we're going to come and get tickets just to see you get twisted inside out. And I was getting a bit annoyed at first, and I spoke to a couple of people because I was like, why aren't they coming to support me? Why aren't they coming to like be like, oh, I hope you do well? And then I thought, if that's my mindset, it means I think I'm going to do well. And I know I'm not going to do well because they're half my age and they've been playing all their life. So I know it's not going to go well. And I know that I'm going to get twisted inside out. So I'm just going with it. And I'm just happy that people are buying tickets. And I'm happy that, you know, the charities are going to be making money. And I am going to get spun around in circles. And that's okay because it's a charity game. So I'm okay with it. I'm not expecting to score any goals. I'm not expecting. Maybe I could get an assist if I get like a lucky pass away to somebody. That's good. But yeah, it's just the experience of it. I'm going to vlog the day. I'm going to have the camera there with me when we arrive. So you'll get to see all of that stuff as well. And yeah, the on the podcast, I spoke to them about the trumpet music. It gets me because one of my old friends who was in the army died, and hearing the trumpet music at his funeral. I don't hear it that often. We hear it a couple of times a year, and it gets me every time because it takes me back there. So then adding the emotion of the event, and we'll be watching the video with Greg on the screen, and it's I think a lot of it is the video that we played at his wake with some extra bits added in, and it's going to be hyper emotional, and then the trumpet's going to play, and I feel like I'm just going to be in bits. So we're going to go out and do a warm-up, we're going to go in the changing room, we're all going to get psyched up, we're going to come out, and it's like ready for war, even though it's a friendly, like it's like getting that zone, and then all that happens, and I feel like it's just going to completely throw me off. So I've got some dog tags with his dates on that I'm going to wear, and yeah, it is a concern. Like, I'm worried about that bit. It's going to be super emotional. The other thing I spoke to Lewis about as well and Jamie, I wear a headband under my helmet because it stops the sweat going in my eyes, because I wear contact lenses. It really burns when sweat goes in my eyes. So I wear a headband and that catches like all of it. But it looks stupid. So when I take my helmet off, like the top of my head is bright red. I look like a beacon, and then I've got the sweatband on, and then like everything from like where my hat downwards just looks normal, and then I've just got this red head with a sweatband. I was like, when we do the national anthem and everyone takes their helmet off, what do I do with that? Do I leave it on or do I take it off? Part of me is like, you should leave it on, be who you are, it's fine. Like, if anything, people will laugh, so what? But then also there's like professional photographers there, and I could get a really cool picture for like my profile picture or whatever, but then I'll have an headband on. So what do I do? By the time you see this, it'll already have happened, so you can't give me any advice on what to do for this. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Really nervous about the start, nervous about my first few shifts. After that, I should be fine. The only thing, like, in the game worries, what I have is blocking a shot. Like, I've been hit with the puck a fair few times playing in defence, but from development players, which means we're all still learning to shoot. So it's not that bad. But when you're playing against people, again, who have played this for 20 odd years, they know how to shoot, and they know how to put some momentum, some speed, some power onto that puck. So getting in front of those is going to be a concern. So hopefully, I'm going to do a video after. Hopefully I've still got all my teeth. I'm still as beautiful as I am now. No cuts, no bruises. Yeah, hopefully I'm still this handsome person that I am right now. Yeah, so that's on the 2nd of August. And then the following weekend, I've got my first draft tournament, which I'm really excited about as well. Don't know much about it, don't know what's going on. I know it's in Sheffield. I know last year they did superhero themes, so everyone had their own kit with either Spider-Man or Iron Man, or I don't know what other ones they had. I think I seen a Hulk one. This year it's like old rock bands. There's an Ozzy Osbourne team. I can't remember. I thought there was an AC/DC, but there ain't. But yeah, there's loads of different teams, all based, the kit's based around rock bands. And from what I know, you fill in a form to tell them like what level you're at, and then they mix the teams up. So I don't know who I'm going to be on a team with. I don't know if it's training or if it's games. I don't know how often we're on the ice, how many times we play, when we're meant to eat, what time we have to be there. I don't know anything. All I know is there's a tournament that I'm in, and it's that weekend. So I will also be doing some videos of that, just in case anyone is interested in one in future. So yeah, that's the Sheffield Draft Tournament. So that's everything for now. Coming up, we've got the Greg Marshall game, so you'll see that. There'll be some new training stuff, and then again we've got the Sheffield Draft Tournament. So I'll see you at Planet Ice on the 2nd of August.